I mean, you got to understand that this is a totally irrelevant dream state you're hibernating in up here. It's irrelevant. I was just in Moldova doing research for this thing, and I ate cabbage with a Chechen psychopath. Now, then I'm in Dubai with a bunch of Shiites and Sunnis, people wanting to kill one another. I almost got into this fist fight with this Russian prostitute who was of a totally indeterminate gender. Don't get me started on that story. Anyway, the fact is, I was stoned out of my mind. And it's fucked up, all of it, but it's relevant. I mean, the world we live in no longer exists. Last year I was in Rwanda, hanging out with this guy. He was a genocide survivor. His arms are gone. He's just chopped off. Can't do anything anymore except beg for whatever pittance. Half a bowl of rice some fucking UN peacekeeper throws his way every other day. The rest of the time he just lies in the mud. Well, unless someone like me comes along and helps him get drunk. Anyway, I spent like 3 hours with this guy, listening to him tell his fucking story. And finally he gets really quiet and he said, listen to me, man, listen, I got HIV, I'm gonna die. And I'm like, forget it. I mean, I'm totally overwhelmed. I go, why are you telling me this? Why am I the receptacle of this incredible fucking story, man? And he says, because you are a writer. You must write this. It must be told. How did I get off on this? What were we talking about?
Kate had a story?
Right, Kate's story. Where is it?
It's in your hand.
Oh, yeah, right. So, what were we talking about?
The first sentence?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Christ. I remember now. Oh, Christ. When the truth is acknowledged universally, it is also universally disdained. I mean, what the fuck?
That's not the whole sentence.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I see the semicolon. I understand that means there's only a partial stop and that more is coming, but I'm not sure I want to continue, okay? I'm not even making it through your first sentence. So why don't you tell me what you're doing, because, it's not exactly drawing me in here.
What am I...
What are you doing?
It's a referencing of Jane Austen, the first line of Pride and Prejudice. It's kind of a sardonic commentary.
What's so fucking sardonic about it?
It's the narrator.
I don't give a shit about your narrator. If I can't get past the first 5 words, how the fuck am I supposed to find out enough about your narrator to care about it?
It's not a him, it's a her.
Well, that would be my point. If I can't even tell what gender your narrator is, you haven't really done your job, have you?
If you don't go past the first 5 words, how
Listen
can you
to me.
tell?
Don't defend yourself. If you're defending yourself, you're not listening to me. I do know who your narrator is. She's an overeducated, completely inexperienced, sexually inadequate girl who has rich parents who buy her everything and who has nothing to say, so she sits around and thinks about Jane Austen all the time. I don't give a shit about that character. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't have to go past the first 5 words because I already know enough and I don't give a shit.
I liked it.
No, you didn't.
I did. I thought she was sort of doing this thing with sexual irony. Like the lack of sex was sort of like a come on.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think it's thoughtful and intelligent. Well done. I like it too.
Guys, you're very sweet, you're all adorable, but don't kid yourselves. You're all going to be nice to her now because her story tanked. But you're not in this together. And trust me, you wouldn't think the story was so great if it really were any good. If it really were good, you'd fucking hate it. Writers in their natural state are about as civilized as feral cats. And all this well-done bullshit means you're not being honest. And if you're not being honest, who gives a shit about what you're writing? All right, who's up next? See you next week, cowards.